if our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought.
Jumping into the Wasteland as part of an online foursome, I had one major worry. Was Fallout 76 actually going to feel like Fallout? Having spent 3 hours in an irradiated West Virginia, I can say yes. Just a Fallout that's slightly weirder and livelier than usual. For instance, you might be having a classic Fallout moment, injured from a battle with a super mutant, dehydrated and a little deflated, when suddenly a bald man dressed in only underpants and a party hat will run past on his own beautiful journey. Unlike the previous games in the series, Fallout 76 has no human NPCs, so every other non-ghoul or super mutant you're going to see is a real person. Forget dialogue options, the language of Fallout 76 is emotes, from heart hands to dramatic vomiting. I was part of a ragtag squad, all of us experiencing our first steps outside Vault 76 together. Well, sort of. Despite letting you group up, Fallout 76 doesn't force you to stay together, so while some people were still exploring the vault and preening in the character creation menu, I was already looting corpses for weapons outside of the blast door. There's voice chat amongst your team no matter how far you stray, so I could let my new buddies know where I found some purified water and where I was headed. And while it wasn't in place for this hands-on, proximity chat will also be available too. Your teammates are also visible on the map, along with any map markers that they may have placed, and you can fast travel to your friends at any time. At times, it felt like I was playing a traditional single-player Fallout, like when I wandered away from the group to investigate a lonely-looking bed and breakfast on a hillside. Inside, I found ghouls running rampant, a safe to hack, and audio logs to enjoy, so took my time looting every drawer and crevice. As soon as I started feeling lonely, or more truthfully, suspected my team had come across something cool in the Wasteland thanks to their excited chatter, I just fast-travelled right to one of my gang. Of course, while each team can have up to 4 players, the Wasteland you play in can be home to up to 24, and by law of arseholes, some people aren't going to play nice. The system that Bethesda has come up with for dealing with in-game griefers is the sort of solution that you come up with when you've spent far too long watching people be total dicks in games. If you attack and kill another player, and they didn't fight back, you'll be branded a murderer. A bounty will be placed on your head, which you'll pay out of your own pocket when it's claimed, or if you're broke, suffer a harsh debuff, and you'll be marked on the map in red. It's a way of making people who want to start trouble really work for it, while still keeping them part of the game for everyone else. I'm too much of a goody two-shoes to be a murderer, but like the idea of turning bounty hunter when I need some caps. Of course, griefers are always going to grief, and I'm sure there are many other ways they'll find to troll players, but the murder mechanic gives me faith that Fallout 76 will find a creative way to deal with whatever mischief comes its way. Our band of 4 misfits eventually got into an altercation with another on the road, and there were a few casualties. Things were escalating until, as if on cue, a scorch beast started attacking the whole lot of us. Suddenly our deadly bickering was forgotten, and we all raced to the giant monster to get a shot at bringing it down. And it's here that we got a sense of why it can be handy to have other people all up in your wasteland. You can revive down strangers with your stim pack, or if you have the right perks, food, and I was saved on more than one occasion. Despite being a bunch of low-level babies still shiny from the vault, we picked off the beast until it came down. And then, of course, everyone took turns in grabbing a selfie in front of the corpse with photo mode. Some of the other Fallout features have received tweaks to make them work in this brave new player-populated world. VATS, the Vault-Tech-assisted targeting system, is still there, but it doesn't slow or pause time. Instead, it works in real time, and I got to see it in action in its most basic form, which is not upgraded with any perks. It highlighted a target in green and then let me know the percentage of getting a good shot, as both me and my target moved around. Todd Howard has said that this can be upgraded to let you pick specific body parts, so expect some Wastelanders to become super snipers by the end of the year. Perks have been tweaked too. You still upgrade your skills with the special system, and you get to pick a new perk every time you level up. Only now you'll get perk packs at various level thresholds, with a random selection of perk cards to pick from. If you upgrade your charisma, you can even share those cards with other people that you meet. It feels more fluid than the old system, with the ability to change your chosen perks depending on the situation at hand, and it feels the right fit for a wasteland that will constantly evolve alongside its players. As an online game, there will, of course, be microtransactions for the wealthy and dedicated. Alongside the traditional caps currency, there are now atoms to collect as well. You'll get these by completing daily, weekly, or lifetime challenges in-game, and some are as basic as picking a flower. And of course, you can also stump up some real-world cash. Atoms can be used to buy cosmetic items, so expect to see your richest friends running away from super mutants in particularly weird and wonderful ensembles. While the game has had some major changes to its mechanics to accommodate its new online form, the same Bethesda Game Studios tradition of Easter eggs and strange stories remain. West Virginia is rich with a mythology and folklore all of its own, and someone swears that they saw the Mothman during their playthrough. Though there aren't any human NPCs with endless dialogue options, you will get to hear stories from other people in the wasteland through holotapes. These tales have a different flavour from Fallout's past, because this is the closest to the actual war the series' lore has ever ventured. And then we come to the end of the demo. Bethesda has been doing game demos for long enough to save a real showstopper for the end, and in this case, it was an actual nuclear detonation. We were all summoned back to Vault 76 to make sure we had the best possible view of the blast, and most of us followed some primal urge and ran straight for it. In the real live version of Fallout 76, players will be able to set off their own nukes, but it will take a lot of work. Would-be bombers would need to hunt down the right launch codes, fight their way into a probably heavily guarded launch facility, and only then can they fire a nuke at a chosen area of the map. If that makes you nervous, that's probably a sane response, but be comforted by the fact that you'll get a warning and a chance to flee the blast zone. Or just roast yourself to death as sacrifice to the atomic gods. You choose. Honestly, 3 hours felt like nothing in the massive, as in 4 times the size of Fallout 4, massive world of Fallout 76. Especially when there are so many new social dynamics to master and experiment with. My squad found a workshop out in the world and claimed it, and in the full game, we'd have to fight off anyone who came to claim it back. We also spotted an assassin minigame mode in the Pip-Boy called Hunter and Hunted, but was too busy fighting super mutants to fully explore it. What we do know is the basic concept of Fallout 76, but with people, works, and it's going to drag me back in as soon as the beta goes live. Fallout 76 will be released on November 14th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Here in Vault 76, our future begins.